Last time, we finished building the side buildings for the park, and we started working on the new mascot. This time, we'll finally start working on that pyramid. We're gonna finish the mascot, and we're also going to build the first drop tower. Stay tuned. Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be working on the actual pyramid. So let's head over and see what we can do. So the biggest thing with this pyramid is that we are going to have to make it hollow and leave room inside it for a ride. Now, as you all know, you're going to be placing a drop tower right in the center of here. I'm gonna have it sideways, sticking out. We would love to use a roto drop, which I think would be the perfect use of this, but we just don't have it. But sorry, no, it just doesn't fit within the area. So for this, I'm thinking we just make like a nice facade to put up. If we move this, why is everything in the way? Move that over to there, and let's see what we can do. So I got a reference image for what I'm going to follow. A very simple image. Let's get our snapping angle, and this is on a slight angle. So I think even if we were to just get a wedge to do this job. Come on, just a bit more. You just need one more game.
No more, no less.
Yeah, one more game, we can do it!
Move! Okay, that's not gonna happen. Let's divide this into two pieces. Have this section that goes up, like so. That separates it from below. This is actually quite often around there. And I want this again to be easy to copy and paste. So for this, we are going to figure out what the floor. We're going to figure out what is the size of a path, and we're just going to stick with that. And there we have it. We got these sort of basic shell. And then from the seams of it, they also have a little part out here, stretches along like so. So we just have to repeat this step over and over again. This may take a while, so let's time lapse it. There we go. That looks a lot better. We should probably do all the intense coloring here, but something I've sort of picked up on is this is just going to get very difficult very fast, because the further up it gets, it doesn't just change and get smaller. But yeah, so making these are going to be difficult. So I might just make like a flat palette just for everything else to make it easier to work on. No, I think that'll put too many parts around, and we kind of want to avoid doing that. As it is, oh, only 96. I stand corrected, that's not that bad. so we got an unforeseen problem, and that is money. Now let's group this and just show you how much this costs. 21,000. That is just about as much as the entrance costed to duplicate, or it is as much. So we're gonna have to figure out something smart, or we're just gonna commit. I've extended these top parts. I wasn't going to, because it made it look too flat, but we kind of don't have a choice here. So yeah, we're just gonna have to fully just send this. Alright, so we've sort of come to a solution for it all. What we are going to do is we're going to copy it without any of the patterns or the bricks on it, just like so. And then over time, just or eventually once we're done with that, just paste all the patterns on manually. And you know, I think that's kind of like what we're gonna have to do. Yeah, how's that? That's a much better height, I feel. Damn, okay. Alright, here we have the standard shape for our pyramid. The inside is hollow, which gives us space to work on our drop tower, figure out how we're going to do the line, maybe have it underground leading to one of these side buildings. And we're going to have our restaurant out front here. Now, before we can get into stuff, we are going to have to do a bit of cleanup. So we got to work on this layer here, probably connect these two. But yeah, we got a slight bit of cleanup to begin with, and yeah, please send help. I'm going insane. And that's pretty much, except for, you know, the corners up here. I'll touch up on later. That's the shape. That is it. So we're gonna have a sort of staircase going up a bit. Maybe we should push the pyramid back. And I'm gonna regret saying that, but I think we may need to push the pyramid back a bit more. We're gonna push the pyramid back a bit. I don't know when, I don't know how, but it's gonna happen through a lot of pain. You know what? It won't be that bad. It won't be that bad. And he was never seen again. Just kidding, of course, because we are now into that drawing segment again. Which makes it easier to edit as well. But yeah, building the rest of the pyramid was really annoying, so I took this as a chance to possibly go away from that, because I don't think you'd want to see the just the annoying parts of moving it back a bit, which is kind of just boring. But yeah, here's us just completing the line art for this character, just trying to get them ready and in shape for this video to come out. We have a lot of detailing that I kind of forgot to do in the sketch, but it's fine because we remembered it here. Now, at this point, I was kind of realizing we're kind of missing that signature glow that the sketch or the idea had, but I sent it nonetheless, and I'm thinking when we actually get to it, I might go back over the old mascot and redo a bit, just see if we can make it better. So for now, this is just a stand-in, but here's just our mascot. Just adding some shading to try and make her look extra nice. But she's going to be popped up around the park, maybe not in the first area as much, and she's going to be the one who is powering this park. So say hi to our new mascot I have named Basilotto, which will also be the name of the park itself, Basilotto Bay. So I've taken a good long rest, and it is finally time for us to begin work on actually detailing this thing. Now, as you can see, we have built all around it. There was a bit of problems at the top here where it was off balance. And I think there's a few other parts off balance. No, it all seems kind of good. But we have finished the overall shaping of it. Once we add the bricks in, it'll look amazing. But yeah, we have where the drop tower is sort of going to emerge from, except there will be a sort of roof on here. So you know what this means? It's time for you guys to get a drop tower. This will be removed and destroyed. This is not the final product. We'll use the drop tower as a reference because we don't want people to be hitting their feet. So we have added the little building at the very top, just enough space for the roller coaster to come through. And what I'm thinking, or what I want to do is whenever it drops, the lights inside, there's going to be a few spotlights in the corners, will light up, and these image panels will turn white as if like they're flashing. I also want to add like a camera in here maybe. But I'm not sure how much room we have. I probably shouldn't have deleted the drop tower, but I also need to watch a video to learn how to make one, or make the operations. So for now, we are just going to build a nice staircase leading up to the pyramid itself. Now, this is one of the totems I have made. They don't have color at the moment, but I'm going to color them and put them in place just so we can, you know, have some detailing on the outside of the pyramid. So the drop tower is in the middle of there, right? And it's going to be a massive restaurant with a view over a lake over here. But what do I use the front entrance for? I can't escape. Alright, chat, here we have the doorway put in. Now we're just going to make the staircase up here that sort of just goes down. And then after that, let's actually add our first ride to the park. Yeah! Alright, now that we have built a nice little ramp that sort of comes down, it's time to get onto the drop tower. So, let's do that. I'd like to also add, I'm probably going to do the bricks off screen later on, to spare you the trouble of it. I might do a time lapse if I'm feeling up to it. Alright. It has been placed. I might make it a bit... I'll put it down here. And the exit will be sort of near the restaurant entrance, which may be a bit of a crowd problem. But, you know, not many people hop on tall thrill drop towers as much as like roller coasters and stuff like that. Is my excuse. Alright. So, we want to make it a lot taller than this. Not by much. Around here. That's the height. And let's hope the perspective stays. It kind of gets a bit ruined at it. But I mean, it still looks nice. You know? The track colors, of course, will have to be a darker color like this. Alright, let's make this a nice green color. We'll have the crane that picks it up, a sort of dark pink to represent our axolotl lifting you up. Well, we'll have that, because it's going to be seen. We'll have that be like a red. Alright, and we got the colors for it done. We have finished the first ride in the park. So, let's give it a look. We got this lovely drop tower that will start within the middle of the pyramid and make its way up to the very top. Once it reaches the top, it'll stop up here for a while to give the audience a nice view of the surrounding park. It took me a while to figure out how to use the operations, but when I did, I found myself becoming too OP for the game and it crashed on me. So let's give it the first official test. Here we go. So the plan is we're going to go up and it's going to slow down here when we enter into a room. We're going to have a light feature to make the ride a bit more nicer on the inside. To continue the story that we have set up. You get a nice view over the park. Looking over the ocean will be better. As we slowly make our way to the top. Slowly make our way to the top. Here we are. And we stop for a while to have a nice look over the park. You can see the Tower of Terror from Dreamworld over there. They donated the ride type to us, and then it falls straight back down. It looks a bit slow on camera, but I think I'll edit it a bit to cheat you guys. Now we just need to put a little lid on top of this and decorate the drop tower itself. Maybe adding a solid in the middle of it and some lights onto it, just to make it look nicer. But because of how this build has been going, I am very tired, so we're going to leave it there for this episode. So I hope you enjoyed, I hope you all have a great day, and please comment down below what I should name this drop tower ride. thank you for coming. I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.